Today, I am proud to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States because he will be an extraordinary president. He knows how to get the job done.
The strongest candidate to lead our country is Joe Biden.
He knows that a government run with integrity, competence, and heart will save lives and save livelihoods.
And I believe Joe has all the qualities we need in a president right now.
Is the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan now inevitable?
No, it is not. Because you have the Afghan troops have 300,000 well-equipped as any army in the world. It is not inevitable.
The American flag no longer flies over what was the U.S. Embassy. Diplomats removed it as they and embassy personnel were evacuated by helicopter.
It's a mess. It's a mess like nobody's ever seen before. This is the most embarrassing moment in our country.
Do you believe the Taliban have changed?
No. Let me put it this way. I think they're going through sort of an existential crisis about, do they want to be recognized by the international community as being a legitimate government? I'm not sure they do.
What is the level of confidence that they have that it will not collapse?
The Afghan government and leadership has to come together. They clearly have the capacity to sustain the government in place.
President Ashraf Ghani has fled the country. He wrote on Facebook that he did so to try and spare the city from additional violence.
He knows how to get the job done.
The reality is that President Biden doesn't want the American people to know that it's his policies, his specific policies, his administration's policies that are causing this crisis.
Numbers have gotten incrementally worse, and in some cases, significantly worse. And so March was worse than February, April worse than March, and you can keep going all the way into the July numbers, which you just talked about, which were now over 212,000 illegal apprehensions in 1 month alone. For those that follow this, 50 to 60,000 in a month is fairly typical. It kind of goes up and it kind of goes down a little bit.
Pictures taken by a Democratic congressman show that the conditions inside are terrible, especially for kids.
The reach of the cartels. I cannot emphasize the cartels enough. Cartels have operational control of the border of the United States.
And I believe Joe has all the qualities we need in a president right now.
There is word that China's foreign minister met with senior leaders of the Taliban, this coming right on the heels of the U.S. troop withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Amid all the evacuations from Afghanistan, one country is holding off. China is urging its citizens to remain indoors in Afghanistan, but it is keeping its Kabul embassy open. Yesterday, the country's foreign ministry said China is ready for, quote, friendly and cooperative relations with the Taliban.
With the Olympics coming very quickly next year, considering we just had the Olympics, those are going to take place in Beijing, and we can't even get our people to talk seriously about a boycott of that. So we're going to be celebrating the Olympics when there's slave labor in concentration camps just a couple hundred miles away in Xinjiang.
So please join me in supporting Joe and help move America forward.